Okay, so let's take a look at the foods we evolved to eat, the foods we consumed pre-10,000 years ago. They would have been meat, and that would have included organ meats and insects as well for some populations. Fish and seafood and eggs. These would have largely provided us with our protein. We would have eaten root vegetables like turnips, parsnips, carrots, that type of thing, and that would have given us our carbohydrates, very carbohydrate dense, those foods. We would have eaten fruits and vegetables, all different varieties, and nuts and seeds. Now the evidence suggests that we would have eaten a higher proportion of protein and a lower proportion of carbohydrate in ancient times. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the studies that have been done. There are 3 of them that I've picked out, and 2 of them are just concerning really tribes still living on a paleo style diet. So let's have a look at the first study, which is performed, I mean, some researchers went out there and they studied the people on the island of Kitivar. It's out in Papua New Guinea, and they looked at an age range of people from 20 to 96. They had a good lifespan, they lived a long age, and these people still lived on a paleo hunter-gatherer style diet, and it consisted, the main components were tubers, fish, fruit and coconut. And the results of their analysis showed that these people had very little in the way of heart issues. They had very good blood pressure, very low blood pressure. They also had, there was no obesity. The amazing thing is that these people, the majority of them, actually smoked as well, which is pretty incredible. So that may show that smoking needs to be combined with other factors in order to initiate health problems or diseases. That's not to endorse smoking, but it was just an interesting point. Now, the next study looked at Australian Aborigines, and that was a review, and it looked at what happened when these people shifted from their paleo hunter-gatherer diet over to a Western style diet that was high in refined carbohydrates and sugars. And they found that these people got insulin sensitivity issues. They couldn't respond properly to the hormone insulin, which controls blood sugar levels, and they got that very, very quickly. And the end result was they got more diabetes, more obesity, and more heart disease. Now, what that showed is that these people still living on a primitive diet, they weren't protected by some special genes before, when they didn't have any diseases. It showed that it was the dietary changes that initiated disease in these people. And so, they're not protected by special genetics. Okay, this is about diet. Now, the last study that we'll look at is a study that was done on diabetes type 2 patients, and they gave them either a paleo style diet or a standard diabetic diet. Basically, the paleo diet was more effective at controlling blood sugar balance, and the people on the paleo diet had better blood pressure, and they had greater weight loss as well. So it may indicate that a paleo diet is actually more effective than the standard diabetic diet that you actually get. Okay, well, that was just an overview of what is an enormous area, and researchers from all fields actually are still studying more, or trying to learn more about what a paleo style diet is and how it can help improve health. So if you need to know more, I've got a more comprehensive article on my website at vitatalks.com. Have a look. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.